Sounds bad.
Yeah. Well, it does sound bad. Can I just tell you though, Carl started with our cat when he was a kitten and putting him on his lap, like facing like he's sitting up. And our cat just sits perfectly still for it because he's
because you had him as a kitten.
Yeah.
Whereas I got these little suckers when they were like 10 months old and they were mostly outdoor cats.
Yeah.
So they are they are unhappy about this concept.
I almost did not adopt my cat. I had gone through all the paperwork and done everything, and then they were going to give him a nail trimming before he left and went home with me. And watching them attempt to trim his nails, I almost changed my mind right there.
Really?
Thank God I didn't, because, once he got home, like Frank and Kitty really adjusted to me, and now I can do it fairly easily-ish. There's a few days where he says, "Not today, Megan," and does the paw and just pushes your hand. Okay, I'll wait. But yeah, he was screaming and hissing and fighting, and so I was like, oh my God, am I making a terrible mistake? But then I got him home, like, nah, he loves me. It's okay.
That's awesome. Would you take a trip to the Viagra Hotel? Just curious.
Sure.
Is there a gift shop that sells lube?
It's called a Family Guest House Owner, and he's in Blackpool, England, and it's by the sea, and he calls it the Viagra Hotel, and he's got the big sign, and he's gotten a letter. And he's been told he has 21 days. Neil Marshall has been told he has 21 days to change the name, or he could face, this cracks me up right here, a legal action of the specific type in Britain known as an ASBO, antisocial behavior order.
Oh, so it's not Viagra that's going after him? It's their city
council. They don't like it. He said Pfizer, he's not worried about Pfizer at all. He's kind of looked into that.
He actually named it the Viagra Hotel.
Yes.
Is that because people have lots of trysts there?
Well, that's what he's inviting people to. That's how he's marketing it. Mm-hmm. And he's got pictures of himself. He's making a full court PR press of this thing, and he's got pictures of himself with duct tape over his mouth. And he says, "Fine, if they make me change it from the Viagra Hotel, I'm gonna switch it to the Niagara Hotel, keeping you wet all night." With that tagline. So he's just going, his plan is to get his...
Or...
Good question.
Or horny goatweed. Horny goatweed hotel would be good, because that seems to be in a lot of things.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I think this is how he's marketing his business. And actually, we're talking about it across the pond. So
yeah, I guess his guest rates will keep going up and up and up and up.
I'm thinking, but he's pretty funny. I
was trying so hard. I was like, "It's got to be a pun. Got to be a pun. Got to be a pun." It wasn't the best, but
I'm just gonna giggle. I'll be over here on the end of the table giggling. It'll be fine.
Oh, good God. Okay. So I thought this was pretty damn funny, the headline. And then as I started reading the article, it's kind of true. Pornhub as a social justice warrior. Okay. Now, let's just let that sink in for a minute. But if you read this columnist put together a whole bunch of things. And they say, they do a lot of socially active things. Okay, so check out some of their recent good deeds. They deactivated parts of the site for International Women's Day / a Day Without Women. So to honor that protest and that particular day, they took off all the heterosexual content for 24 hours, saying women are not simply sex objects, but they're equals. Another good ploy. They got in the
but really, that's the point. I can see that. It seems reasonable, and they've done a lot. I think for I'm assuming they've been involved in some free speech and internet privacy things.
Oh, I would think
things like that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, you who have been arrested knows.
Yep.
They have a sex ed section. Did you guys know about this?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, a lot of it's on there. Yeah, so do we. Yeah, there's a bit different stuff on there. Although generally, I do like to send folks over to like Scarlet Teen and Planned Parenthood and stuff like that, because I know that I haven't hired my own physicians to write this stuff up, so I'd rather refer folks to their to the proper authorities.
Well, this one here, they do have information from doctors, counselors, everything from STDs, puberty, relationships, and all of that. So they are actually trying to have like a community service section, and they are saying that they want realistic, responsible, and comprehensive sex ed out there, so they're going to sponsor some of their own.
Nice.
That's pretty upstanding, right? And then finally, resources to combat revenge porn and domestic abuse. How about that? So back in 2015, they've got a feature there. They started this up to fight against that trend of revenge porn. So, people that break up and dispense the videos of their exes and stuff like that.
I can see that because it's really frustrating because I can see that just because they have adult content, somehow they are evil.
Like us.
Yeah, like us.
Right.
Yeah. And so I understand that because, just because something is sexual and adult does not make it bad.
Yeah.
And people lump everything together. And it's like when we try to find someone to raise money for, people would not take money from us.
Which
and
is so amazing to me.
And then people who would not, like when the strippers do toys for tots and different stuff like that. I'm like, people really have to separate a healthy sexual lifestyle, healthy sexual, activity from just people who are using it as abuse and domination and power. These are separate things. I mean, it just drives me insane. Going through there.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, and so when folks do stuff like this, and then you have other folks that will just, totally discount them because they make their money, from adult material.
Yeah.
It's perfectly for you. Someone wants to have sex on film, fine.
Right.
know, but if someone who, doesn't want to have, is filmed against their will, not fine. And these are separate things.
Right. Oh, for sure.
And it's very difficult trying to get people to understand that sometimes still.
Well, they've got some metrics here for us.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And they said they've had a 38% decline in revenge porn complaints since they put this process in place to go ahead and deal with it. So, and then furthermore, last thing on Pornhub, they teamed up with former porn actress Christy Mack to create a line of clothing that raises awareness for and funding efforts against domestic violence.
Oh, that's good. That's
Cool,
very
huh?
interesting.
Right.
That guy just got sentenced to 30 years.
Okay.
Thank God. The guy who nearly murdered Christy Mack. That's why she's doing it. She was a porn star. And she was dating this guy, War Machine, who was a UFC fighter.
Okay.
And they were kind of on and off again during one of their breakups. He actually came into the house and we've carried her movies. We now have had in stock, I don't think currently, but we've had her Fleshlight. Mm-hmm. And he beat her so badly that when the new Fleshlight came in, we could, her face is structurally different. Like she does not look the same as she did before this attack.
God.
That's how, and even this is always the creepiest thing. He cut off her hair and stuff, which always is just an extra level of creep. So that guy's getting.
I knew that he had been
Dog the Bounty Hunter arrested him, actually.
Yeah. I knew
Really?
that he'd been arrested, but I had not known that they had gone anywhere.
It's just 2 days ago, I think
so
they
that's
just had part of the trial.
Wow.
30 years, thank God.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was funny. I mean, the whole Dog the Bounty Hunter thing. I haven't watched a ton of it. I've just seen a few, sections of episodes and stuff. And it is kind of amazing once they finally get their hands on people. They're pretty compassionate to them. Mm-hmm. I mean,
maybe hopefully not to this guy.
Yeah, I know, but
he's going to be such a target in prison because everyone's going to want to fight the fighter.
Right.
well, good luck with that.
I'm surprised you weren't talking about the panda porn on Pornhub. That's their new social awareness campaign as of I think yesterday.
Oh no.
So panda porn is a thing that exists, as in pandas having sex that they show to other pandas because they have so much trouble. They don't like to get it on, essentially. Pornhub just started this thing where they're taking amateur submissions where you dress up like a panda and you guys have sex in your panda suits. And they're going to send them to Zookeeper. I'm not sure that it's quite going to work as well as, say, actual real pandas on film.
You know what that makes me think
the suits are not super convincing.
The sumo suits that people Yes. That's what can you imagine?
Or the new trend with the little dinosaur, the Tyrannosaurus Rex suits.
And you have
how do
no
you have
arms?
sex with those little arms?
There's certainly no masturbation.
There's absolutely no hand jobs with those. No. Oh my God.
So yeah, that's the new. I'll find that too. They're on a real roll.
Oh God. Well, we've got to have more pandas.
We do.
And pandas are like almost asexual. They just have no sex drive anymore.
They really are.
They just want to eat bamboo.
Though.
Although
I have to admit, if there is any clickbait that will get me to click on something, it's like baby pandas at nursery, and they're all like lined up, and they're just, so rolling cute. All over it. And it's God, sorry.
They're one of my favorites. Favorite animals.
They are fun. Oh God. Okay, so it makes me laugh in Europe. They call TV hosts presenters, and they do it in Britain and everywhere. But this one was beauty. And she's beautiful. She is beautiful. This one comes from Italy, and she was doing a pre-show for what we would call soccer, what they call football. Oh my God. Okay. And the headline is wardrobe malfunction. And you see the picture and you're like, well, that's not hard to imagine what happened there. She's wearing this dress that's haltery, but it's got the split up the middle so you can see her boobs. I'm thinking, well, something came out. No, that's actually, the girls stayed right where they were supposed to. She stood up and it was kind of a wrap dress on the bottom, crotch shot, undies, right on TV.
Oh God, that sucks.
If you don't want your crotch on television, fucking wear clothes. Wear clothes.
Was she wearing underwear?
Oh, yeah.
Underwear? Okay, so she always had the underwear on. But you would think, though, that after that many years of being a presenter, that one would have that tape, that double stick tape that holds your clothing together.
Right.
So, something got missed here because, she obviously had the boobs taped into place.
Boob window. But if you're wearing clothes that have a boob window, maybe you just don't think about that.
Yeah, maybe you were, all of it was, you were dealing with the front, dealing with the top.
Forgot about the back.
Forgot about crotch. I've never liked short skirt. I want to be able to bend
long.
over. It's long. Okay.
It's long, but it was a wrap.
Yes.
So it just, it's like, what are you doing? You can watch it. You can put it up there, but it's like really the whole thing from the start. I'm surprised something fell out of that. Sorry. They don't have the FCC over there, so I guess she's probably fine. But
they have page 3 girls, and she was probably, and nothing was actually shown. Now mind you, if she decided to go commando, it could be more, more interesting through there.
Or Cuba Gooding Jr. is lifting up her skirt.
What's Cuba up to? Is he being an idiot?
Being a jerk.
Oh, God.
They were at a American Horror Story panel, and he just, Kathy Bates was coming on stage, and Sarah Paulson came over and stealing her entrance, in my opinion, and giving her a hug. And then Cuba Gooding reaches over and just starts lifting her skirt. Sarah Paulson's skirt, all the way, his hand ended up even with his head,
wow.
And he was not expecting, I think, that there was actually a slit. It was one panel and then slit on two sides, so it ended up revealing more. But still, you don't do that to anyone, especially a woman in public. What is wrong with you?
It's bad. It's pretty bad. Okay, so next up on our show outline here, I have they can, but should they? Does anybody want to hazard a guess as to what I'm talking about there?
Well, we were just talking about Panda
Viagra
porn, so
Hotel.
It can't be that.
I feel like half of the stories we've discussed already would fit.
Let's see. How
about we talk about the Grease 40-year reunion?
Oh, should we?
I don't want to, but
didn't some of them pass away?
Oh yeah,
already?
some of them are dead, but
none of the main people.
Well,
oh god, the blonde one, Kinnicky. Yeah,
yes, he recently. Yeah,
Jeff Conaway.
Yeah, Jeff. Mm-hmm.
Jeff Conaway. He did die, but Olivia and John Travolta are in talks to do something, and I see a picture and. Look, let me just state for the record, she's a beautiful woman. She's 70 years old almost. She's 68.
Yeah, it was a hoot these guys were in their late 20s and 30s when they were playing
high
roles.
school.
Yeah, especially Stockard Channing. I think she was the oldest one.
She was 40.
Yeah.
I think, or something. Yeah.
Really not teenagery.
No, not so
much. They never cast teenagers as teenagers.
The closest you get, I think they did recently in Glee, but even some of those folks were in their early 20s. Mm-hmm. But it was closer.
Matthew Broderick was 25 when he played Ferris Bueller. So,
but he looked about 5. So yeah,
Right, he still looks. He could still be Ferris Bueller.
Bueller. No, but so they're in talks and they're discussing ideas for the reunion. And I looked at the picture, and like I said, I'm not slamming. We all age, and all that. But it's like I just think there's some stuff. Just have a gala and auction off some memorabilia for charity, and please don't put